Okay, now I'm going to show you my database that I've been slowly building over the last probably 5 years or so. So it looks like I have 370 plants, and we're going to go ahead and add one. I only have, right now I only have pulled up what I consider the most important fields, and this is what you would start with. So maybe I will create a new table from scratch. Let's try that. We'll call that Plant Database 2. Save that. And I'll put it over here. So we need scientific name, common name, cultivar. I'll explain the client job tag thing in a little bit. So I come up here, click that arrow, go to edit field, scientific name, single line text is good for that. I'm going to right click here and go down to insert right, and that's going to be another single line text field, and we'll put common name here. Create field. Let's see what else we have. Oh, the cultivar, that's very important. That stands for cultivated variety. That's like the fancy name given to plants in the trade when they're trademarked. An example of that would be, let's see, Little Henry Itea. So you can see like, that's what's called a cultivar. So I will go here, right click, insert right, cultivar. That would be single line text. Now, for the client job tag, I do this so later on I can create new views for all the different jobs I'm doing. A view is basically a new list or a new way to view or see your data. So for each job you're doing or each section of the garden, you can create different views and see all of your plant database data in different ways. So I'll give you an example. So I have, let's see here, I have a regular grid, a lot of these regular grid lists, and that's what this is. This is just a regular grid list, but sometimes, actually most of the time, I also generate what's called a gallery view. And this is like a mood board, and this is focusing on the picture of the plants, and you can specify sort of which fields show up on these cards. I keep it really simple. Right now I'm just showing you the scientific name, common name, cultivar, and the season of interest because I have that clicked. But I could click here and go to native if I wanted to specify that, and then that would show up on this card. See, it's got a check mark. So if my client really wanted to know that. So, but this is a wonderful way to see all the plants together. Not that they would be blooming together at the same time in the landscape, but it sort of gives you like just an overall vibe of the palette. This is kind of a game changer for design for me. It builds confidence when you see all the plants together. You just see kind of just how they're gonna look. And I think it really inspires. It's a good persuasion tool for clients as well, because they can see that how beautiful the plants are, and they could see that you've been intentional about how you put your list together. So that is a gallery view. So used for mainly client presentations, but also to give yourself confidence that you're on the right path with a plant palette. It's really helpful. And what I end up doing is I end up exporting these as PDFs and then converting them to PNG files, which is like a picture file format. And then I can pull that PNG into my document, my design document that I present to clients. I'll have that in the back of a package, in addition to the planting plan and things like that. So let's go back to the tutorial. So that was a plant gallery view. Client job tag. Let's see, how did I word that? Client/job tag. I'll go down to multiple select. And we'll just make up a name. Williams. We'll throw another name in here. Price. All right. Okay, create field. Now I can say I have a Williams job. Maybe I would put Williams 2025 or something to distinguish from, maybe there's another Williams, so you don't want to confuse yourself. So I often will add a year, or maybe front. If I'm designing a front yard, I'll put like their last name and then front, just to help me distinguish. Plant type, web link, and photo. This is important for future organization. You want to be able to organize the plants by what they are: tree, shrub, perennial, ground cover. Maybe you have ornamental grasses. So yeah, weeds even. Web link. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do the plant type and the web link. That's going to be a URL. Let's see. We're going to right click here, insert right, plant type, multiple select. We'll do, for now, we'll just do shrub. Oh, add option. Shrub, tree, perennial, create field. Web link and photo. Putting photos in the database is how you generate those beautiful plant galleries. So we're going to add a web link. I'll right click. You can come here to find field type, type in URL. And I like to do this because you can export a PDF and these links are active. So it will allow your client or yourself to click these links on a PDF and visit websites associated with each plant. So I call this web link. Just sort of link to any website that has information on the plant. I'm going to create the photo. Now, let's see, insert right. Find field type, I click there. Actually, we have to go to attachment. This is an attachment field. Go to create field. And we'll put plant photo. Okay, what's next? Height, width, spacing, season of interest, sun and shade. I'm actually just going to do, for now, I'm just going to stop there. So we'll go ahead and build one of these out. I don't need to see assignee. I don't need to see status. We'll keep notes. So I can go over here to hide fields, turn those off. This is grid view. We can change the name of this. Mine, I call data. This is all my plants. I call it data entry for plant list because it's just everything. And I have a lot of the fields selected. There's 60 hidden, but I still have a bunch of them selected so that when I'm putting a new plant in here, I can go across the line and fill out a bunch of fields. I probably need to clean up some of these fields. So we're going to go ahead and enter a plant now. We'll find a random plant in my O'Donnell's nursery catalog. Oh, we'll put that Itea in there. So Itea virginica, little Henry. Scientific name is Itea. Let's see, how is virginica? Common name is Sweet Spire. We could actually put little Henry Sweet Spire, since that's the cultivar we're doing. Okay, little, this is how they're written. We have the price. I'm going to plant it here. We'll say I'll plant it here at my house, Brett Price. Plant type, that's a shrub. Let's find a web link. We'll Google that. Little Henry Itea. Go to images, see if you can find one that's not copyright. So what I often do is I'll right click and go to open image in new tab. That's not the best picture. Let's see if we can find a better one. That's probably copywritten. Can be a little tedious. Let's try this one. Open image in new tab. No, that's the same one that we did before. We don't want to spend too much time on this. We'll try this. Open image in new tab. Let's just go ahead and go with it. Save image. Then I'll save that to my desktop. Actually, I'll just save it to pictures. LH Itea. Save. And then I go back to Airtable. Go to plant photo. Click the little paper clip. Go to browse files. My pictures. And then I upload that. Okay. We're making some progress. Okay, that worked. We'll find a website that mentions it. I'll go up here to all instead of images. I like this North Carolina Extension Gardener Plant Toolbox. They have some great information, so I'll copy that, put that in web link. So that is it. I think we're going to move on now to, I'm going to show you some sorting and some grouping. Now the beauty of Airtable is the fact that these tables here, each one of these, so these columns are called tables. Each one of these tables can relate, which is really important for what I'm about to show you. So I have a nursery and vendor list here. These are all the nurseries I get my plants from. And in my plant database, I can add a field here and link to that nursery vendor list. So I would go up here, click plus, link to another record, come down, allow linking to multiple records, yes, create field. Now I'll go ahead and just do I'll look up fields. I'll just go ahead and hit nursery name. Now I can specify the supplier for a job. So let's see, I would get this from O'Donnell's. So you can put all the vendors that have these plants. And often what I do is create a unique field for each job and name it supplier this job. Supplier last name. Okay. Now I'm going to show you some sorting. All right, let's say I have so I did 3 designs this winter. Let's say I want to place a plant order for 2 of the designs. I would create a new view. So I'll go to data entry for plants. I will create, actually I have to go down here in all views. This is the favorites. I have so many favorites here. So you go down to all views, data entry for plants. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. And then I'll name it plugs. I'll name it 2025 plugs because I have 2 jobs where I'm using plugs. Now I'm going to filter by those jobs. This is where the client job tag comes in. So I'll go here, I go to filter, add condition. I'll filter where client job tag has any of, and then I'll select the jobs here. This is why multiple select's so cool. So I'm going to select the 2 jobs where I'm using plugs in 2025. All right. There's 1. We're going to add another condition. Actually, no, you can select it right here. Let's go to, oh. Okay. Now, what I can do is filter. I can hide a bunch of these fields, first of all, because this is, especially if I'm creating just a list to send into a nursery to place an order, they don't need to see all this stuff, so I can hide a lot of it. So I'll go 2025 plugs. Maybe I'll specify the last names of the job. 2025 plugs. That's for wing convoy. Okay, now I can hide a lot of these fields. I'll hide the web link. I'll keep the plant type. I can hide a lot of this stuff. Da, da, da. All right. Mix tag, I can hide that. So now we have plant type. Now we'll find the supplier. Supplier this job. I'm going to pretend like I've already gone through and specified this. Okay. Now, I get my plugs from North Creek, so I need to filter everyone else out. So I'll go here, filter, add condition, where supplier this job has any of, I'll say North Creek Nursery. Bam. All right. And then obviously when I'm sending this in, I'll have a quantity of the number of flats that I'm going to purchase. But doing that any other way would be pretty tedious, I think. So I'll hide this client job tag, and I would send that, I would even hide this, and then I would have the quantity and send that in to, oh, and you can even group by plant type here. Go to group, it groups it out. I would have the quantity here included, and then I would just go to export this and send it to them. They actually prefer if you use their order form though. So letter, landscape. Let's see how this looks if I save it as a PDF. Not bad. It would have the quantity as well, but yeah. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make a plant gallery. So we'll go in here, we'll create a new job tag. We'll call it AT for Airtable tutorial. Let's see. So we're going to add this. I'll hit the plus. It's going to ask me to find an option, but I want to create an option. So AT 2025. I don't like the gray, so I'm going to go up here and go to edit field and change that. Beautiful. Change that color. I think for the free accounts, I'm not sure if they let you, if they give you this many colors, but for the free accounts, they allow you 1,200 records, which is plenty. So I'm going to just go down here and randomly select some plants with this AT job tag. I'll do like 10 or so. Let's see what happens. AT. Here's another one. Do a couple more. How about that? All right, now we're going to create the gallery view. We'll call that AT 2025. Create new view. That's going to show up. It's not going to show up top under your favorites. It'll show up in all views. So let's find that. Wait, it's down here, way at the bottom. All right, I'll bring it up here. Okay. Now I need to filter that because right now it's just all the plants. So I'll go to filter, add condition, where client job tag has any of AT. And it's just going to filter that for me. And that's sort of a random garden. Could be interesting for a small little island bed or something. And then I'll show you how to save this as a PDF, which you can later convert to a PNG. So I'm going to customize this card. I don't need to see that client job tag. I'll show the season of interest. So I go here, select that. All right, I'm going to go over here to the print view. Okay, it's at 70 scale. If it was at 100, I have save as PDF selected. If it was at 100, they're kind of too big. It spreads them out too much. But if you go down and scale it down, you can get a lot of these cards on one page. And then I can export this as a PDF, convert it to a PNG, and import that into whichever software I use to present my documents. So I'll save that. I just need the first page. Let's say AT 2025 gallery. That's in pictures. And then you can Google free PDF to PNG. I do mine in Canva. But yep, that's how you create one of these beautiful galleries, mood boards, whatever you want to call it. I think it's really helpful for the designer, but also the client to be inspired about, you know, what plants are going to be included. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. I thought it'd be pretty useful. I've loved using it. I've never thought I would say I love using a database software or spreadsheet software. People don't say that sentence, but I have. So, all right, I'll see you on the next one.